Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Libra season. So we're going to cover a little bit of the astrology that's surrounding Libra season in this reading, and then we're going to focus on what's going on during your season. All right, so Libra season starts today, September the 22nd, goes until October the 22nd, and then we start Scorpio season to take us all the way through my favorite holiday, Halloween. So Libra season also usually coincides with the fall equinox, meaning that the nights are getting shorter, the nights are getting longer and the days are getting shorter. And this astrological period encourages a focus on balance, relationships, and harmony, with a particular emphasis on fairness and diplomacy as the sun moves through the air sign of Libra. It's a time to prioritize social connections, strengthen bonds, and seek equilibrium in various aspects of your life. What can you expect during this Libra season? Focus on your relationships. Libra is known for its love of partnership and diplomacy, making this season a prime time for connecting with others and improving social circles. Seeking balance. Symbolized by the scales, Libra's energy inspires a search for equilibrium and fairness in all things, from personal interactions to broader societal issues. Harmony and refinement. The season brings a desire for peace, elegance, and a general sense of order, fostering an environment of harmony and beauty. Practicality and organization. With the fall equinox marking the halfway point of the astrological year, there's an invitation to organize and prepare for the longer nights to come. Some key events for you in 2025. The fall equinox. The season officially kicks off with the fall equinox on September the 22nd. That would be today. A celestial event marked by equal amounts of daylight and darkness, right? So it's all about the balance. And Venus enters Libra. On October the 13th, the planet Venus, Libra's ruling planet, moves into her home sign, amplifying the energies of love, beauty, and charisma. And we have a new moon in the sign of Libra. A new moon in Libra on October the 21st provides a powerful opportunity to set intentions related to relationships, security, and self-confidence. All right, my lovelies, let's see what's going on for you during your season. So this is going to be a little bit of a different reading. So we're going to include some oracle cards to see what your focus is for the next few weeks. We're going to include some tarot, and then we're also going to include some charms. So let's see, what is the energy during Libra season? There we are. Okay. We have quite a bit of things that came out. So I do feel like you're going to be busy. I feel like there's going to be certain things that pick up momentum for you. I feel like there's going to be a lot of just like hurried energy. So really needing to find the balance so that we don't kind of feel like we've missed our mark anywhere. So we're going to start with this card. So I feel like there's some challenges that you'll be facing, but nothing that you can't handle, right? Nothing that you can't overcome. I do think that it's going to be important that you get enough rest at this time, right? We're headed into fall or winter months as well. And so that's going to tell us that we need to focus inward instead of outward. Summer, we're always busy. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, right? The weather's good. The days are longer, all those things. So now we're kind of retracting that and things are changing. What's funny is we just would have had the eclipse the day before this message would come out, and the first card is eclipse in Scorpio. So stand firm in the eye of a storm. There is some sort of regeneration, right? So maybe we need to recalibrate some things to find some balance. We have rise to challenges as a new path opens, eclipse and Gemini negotiation. I love on this card, it shows like a fork in the road. There is this need to decide clearly which direction we wish to go. I love how it also has the leaves changing here. So I feel like as we approach into fall, that things start to really open up. New paths open up for us. Maybe this is negotiation for equal and fairness in the workplace. Maybe it's a negotiation in a relationship. But something new is coming for you, and you're going to have to decide which path you take. So This is going to be an important lesson for you, that you focus on how to communicate effectively. So you might need to, they're telling me use diplomacy, that's going to be important for you. So tact, right? How you say things definitely is going to matter. So you're going to hone your negotiation and relationship skills, right? To communicate what you need, what you want, what's working, what's not. I feel like you could also be traveling. We do have the airplane up here. We also could be broadcasting. That's interesting. So there could be something to do with communications, either for work or anywhere in your life that maybe things aren't going well. Maybe they aren't where you want them to be. I feel like you're going to communicate what is working, what isn't, so you can negotiate a better outcome. You're also going to be coming into alignment with your higher purpose. So align yourself with love and wisdom. See how she's sitting here kind of folded up in a yogic pose? I feel like you might need to ground or meditate, pray, all those things in order to kind of keep your equilibrium and keep your balance. You're aligning with your higher purpose, so that's part of your growth and your spiritual ascension, the reason that you came here. So know that if you're aligned with high frequency, love and wisdom, that you will align with where you're supposed to be. All right, so we have eclipse in Libra, so all about balance, right? So if something's not working in your life, we're going to find a way to create balance. So reevaluate relationships, use justice and fair play. Some of you may have to go through like courts, legal issues, things like that. Remember Lady Justice, as she's seen here, not that it shows up super great, but she's holding the scales and she's also got a sword at her side. Typically she's seen as blindfolded. So remember that we want to see things as equal and fair. If it's not, I feel like that's where we need to maybe make adjustments or eliminate things that aren't working so well for us. And you always have free will. So Spirit wants you to know that even though you're here to serve your higher purpose, you always have free will. You could also be dealing with, Scorpio, Gemini, or a Pisces. So I feel like part of what Spirit wants you to see is that things can change for the better when you're in alignment, and you want to be in alignment because that helps give you the balance that you crave. But you always have a choice to choose what it is that's going on in your world. I just want to make sure all those show up. Yes, they do. Perfect. Okay. So what else do we need to see, Spirit? What wisdom do we have from the dragons? Please, Spirit, what's going on for Libra during Libra season, please? There we go. Practicing gratitude. Very, very important. So I feel like it's an important lesson to just be thankful for everything that you already have, and then Spirit always, of course, rewards us with more. There could be some dormant aspects within you that are sleeping, so they will be waking up at this time. I feel like you're also going to be practicing things like self-love and self-care. The Mirror Dragon tells us that not only do we have the ability to see things differently from different viewpoints, but I feel like it's also a lesson in learning to love ourselves first. Maybe you need to communicate that you need to choose to love yourself a little bit more at this time. The Rose tells us to stop and smell the roses or enjoy things in life. And by coming into alignment with your higher purpose, that will also be something that can happen. There is an initiation process going on for you. I feel like there's also important lessons that are unfolding to help you find that balance that you crave. And this would also fall into your ascension, right? You're being initiated into your higher self. You're coming into alignment with who you are and what you're here to do. And so we all go through a little bit of an initiation process. So you are going to need to practice some things that bring you into alignment for your self-worth, your self-esteem, all of those things. But remember, you have free will, so Spirit's not going to force you to do those things, but it would work out for your highest benefit. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to see for our Libras during Libra season? What's happening for Libras? There we go. Yeah, you're completing difficult cycles. The world tells us that some of this is divine and it's happening for a reason. We're approaching the last quarter of the year, so we're closing out old cycles. certain seasons coming to a close, right? The fall equinox starting, all of those things. So I feel like Spirit's trying to tell you that things are definitely going to change for you. Again, travel's indicated with the world. So we also had the airplane on the communication card. I feel like there is a lot of things that will be changing for you at the last quarter of the year. I also feel like some of this is destiny, that it's going to happen. They're drawing me to the purple sash that this little kitten is wearing. I feel like you are absolutely coming into alignment with your higher way of thinking is how they're putting it to me. So see things from a different vantage point, close out chapters in your life that don't serve your highest good. They're also drawing me to the citrine crystal here. So the color orange could be significant, yellow orange. I believe this is a garnet or a ruby over here. So I feel like you might need to maybe come into alignment with more money. So that might be something that's changing for you. So jobs potentially could be changing. Something's coming to a close so that a new chapter can begin. There is some bravery that's required. We have the lion down here, some strength. We have a bull, so some stubborn energy. Maybe you don't want to close out something in your life that you need to. And I feel like we also have entities that are always there to assist us should we need them. So we are actually going to be closing out some chapters from the past. It looks like it could be relationships that maybe aren't serving their highest good. So we need to close those out and say no to the things that aren't working for us in the best way possible. There could be some nostalgic energy coming through, right? I feel like anytime we let go of something or someone that there's, memories tend to resurface. So that might be happening. You are going to be faced with a fork in the road there, right? That comes out with the negotiation card telling us we have a fork in the road. And I think you're going to have to decide whether certain relationships from the past continue or whether that's an old chapter that we say no to. Your energy coming out with the Justice card. So communicate what you want. They are showing me a courtroom. So I do feel like somebody could be finalizing something through a court proceeding. I do think that as long as you are being truthful, just, and fair, that things work out well for you. We also have the need to decide whether love is something that we want. I get the sense that there is like a snake in your midst when it comes to love. There's some things that maybe aren't as they appear, so really choose wisely. I love the depictions on this. So we have a deer back here. We have like a mountain that looks like a pyramid. We have the burning bush. We have like the Garden of Eden over here with the snake and the apple tree. I feel like Spirit is always watching what's going on. And so while they may not always communicate really clear with us, right? It's always like messages that sometimes are coded and they don't always make sense immediately. But I feel like Spirit's trying to show you what is good for you and what is not. So you may need to connect with your higher self to see whether a love relationship is something that's good or negative. Because it does look like there is marriage or commitment coming in for you. I also feel like the Hierophant tells us that higher learning is something that we're studying right now. Maybe you're learning about religion or spirituality. You're unlocking things, although it might be very slow. I do think that this is something that you need to tap into. For me, this card is always seen as marriage first, but it's also a card about spirituality and religion and learning. So you might be trying to learn some things for your higher good. All right, there could be some conflicts and chaos. There might also be internal conflicts going on, especially about your self-esteem or your self-worth. I feel like it's important that you find a peaceful resolution and that you try to find some balance. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to see for Libra? Thank you. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. So closing a chapter, I feel like, leads to a celebration for you. Parties, birthdays, anniversaries, all of those things coming out for your highest good. Don't hoard your resources. I feel like there's something that you absolutely need to focus on in order to achieve your next set of goals. So however that happens to resonate for you, I feel like it's important that I feel like it's more creative than anything. So while maybe you're having money struggles and things like that, there's something hidden that if you tap into that is going to bless you financially. So know that there's more money coming. Try not to worry as much. Don't overspend, pinch pennies where you can, but don't be greedy, and share the wealth where you can. The Wheel of Fortune following that card would definitely tell us that things are turning around. Again, this could come through some sort of court case, legal settlement, things like that. Maybe you're waiting for like a payout or something through a lawsuit. I don't know. But there's definitely some things turning around. The Wheel of Fortune would tell us that we have a fated or destined thing coming in that's going to help shape things for the better. So this money is owed to you karmically, meaning that it will have to come in. It's part of your path. All right. So the Seven of Wands, we need some boundaries, maybe in love, maybe in following your higher purpose, but we definitely need some boundaries and we need to stick to that. I do think you have some decisions to weigh, so weigh them carefully. I do think it's about marriage for some of you, whether you go forward towards solidifying something or go your separate ways. I do think that some of you are moving, so travel, movement, relocation. Part of it could be that you're coming into alignment with your higher purpose, and so you may have to move or travel to kind of do those things. I also feel like there's a lot of conflict and chaos, and so you're trying to find a peaceful resolution. All right, Spirit, what is the conclusion? What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Thank you. Okay. What is the conclusion for Libra, Spirit? What do they need to see? What do they need to know? All right. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so Page of Swords, Three of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Fool. Love it. So you have this very curious energy about you at this time. I feel like you're exploring new options to learn new things. I feel like there could also be some spying energy around. The Page of Swords is like a lifelong learner or a lifelong student. So somebody who maybe has a lot of learning still to do. So this could be a younger person in your life, could be like a child or something, could be you that maybe you're just really got this curiosity about you. Remember that teamwork makes the dream work this month. So connecting with spirit first and foremost. And then I feel like you need to work well with others. So that could be really important. Remember to keep your thoughts positive at this time. You are manifesting things into your reality always. The Magician tells us that these manifestations are starting to come in. So guard your thoughts. Make sure that they're positive, not always negative. Think positive about the outcome until it happens. And Spirit would like for you to take a step in a new direction. Branch out. See that the world is bigger than just our little pond that we're swimming in. Okay, just look before you leap. All right, let's get you some charms. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to see? What do we need to know here? All right, so my love is alive. So I feel like you could be manifesting love. I do think you're thinking about taking things to the next level and solidifying something, bringing in some stability there. You're never too old for love to find you is what they give me. It seems like every time that I touch this one. So even if you feel like you're a bit older, it doesn't mean that love can't come in. Spirit wants you to believe that things are possible. I want to believe, little alien in the spaceship. Believe that your manifestations are real and that they can come in. Remember, where there's a will, there's a way. So I feel like if you're determined, things will come in. And some of that happens to be money and finances. So you might be manifesting these things to come in. Ah, I love it. We have the wedding bells and the Hierophant. So I do think that you are really wanting to take a leap of faith somewhere. And for some of you, that could lead to the altar, marriage and commitment, right? Destination weddings come to mind. I love that. That's so funny. So arriving where you're supposed to be, arriving at an aligned state, travel, movement, relocation, and some of this is absolutely destined. All right. So keep hope alive that love can come in for you. Remember, you are part of the infinite universe, so you are always seen as abundant. I feel like Spirit needs you to keep hope alive that all these things can change for the better. We have some creativity, some bright ideas, some breakthroughs. So you might be creating something. If it's really important, you may need to get it patented. We do have the Libra card out here. So legalities, right? So creative ideas, if they're really important, get them patented. We have the moon. So some sort of illusion is going to be revealed for you. And I feel like that also leads to some stability for you. We also have the letter H. So that could be in somebody's name. I feel like there's also some energy with needing to, that's the weirdest thing, needing to like write your ideas down. So they're giving me like a little notepad and a pen, something about like jotting the ideas down. That could also resonate. So all in all, I feel like your season's going to be packed, very busy. I feel like you have a lot of things that are happening for you. Spirit really needs you to believe that things are possible so they can bring these opportunities in. Be prepared for some magic in your season. I feel like some really good things start to turn around for you, especially where it relates to love and money, and some breakthroughs and some bright ideas. Have a wonderful season.